Oh, what's good, YouTube? Travysty here, and today I was going to have a live comm version of our battle for the Pokemon Invitational Cup, and OBS hates my guts, so we are going to have another episode of Postcom. Yay, no spoilers, sag. But just to let you guys know, this was an insanely close match. I'm really happy with this match. I think we both played really well. My opponent this week was Flush. He actually played really well in terms of team building. And made some pretty cool plays, to be honest with you. So team building wise, I thought we both did pretty good. So without further ado, we are actually going to go into this. That way you guys can see what teams we brought. As I decided to bring the Hariyama, Magneton, Latios, Keldeo, Donphan, and Darmanitan, while he brings Sandslash, Tangrowth, Tauros, Staraptor, Chandelure, and Lopunny. Now, without further ado, this is where it gets very interesting, because with this right here, Latios is Choice Scarf, fun fact, and it was meant to take out the Lopunny if the Lopunny was the lead. However, he brought Tangrowth, which I wasn't actually predicting for him to bring. I thought it was viable, but I didn't think he was going to bring it. And Tangrowth does really good against Latios, so because I don't know if this is Spadef or defensive, and it's just a monster in any shape or form. I brought Magneton because I wanted to. He has 3 steel types that are really good in the game, and I just really wanted to trap one of them and kill him off with Magneton. He had Empoleon, Escavalier, and Registeel. So I thought one of those 3 were coming. They didn't. So Magneton, unfortunately, his purpose was not there. And then Hariyama is a counter to Chandelure and Kyurem Black, which he didn't bring Kyurem Black. They did bring Chandelure. So I got 1 out of 2 on that one. Keldeo comes in because Keldeo just does really good against his entire team. Donphan is defensive Donphan with Rocky Helmet. And Darmanitan is actually Choice Banded. So we're going to go ahead and continue this battle. I'm actually just going to switch out Raw, go right into Magneton, because Magneton shouldn't take too much off of this, and he does the knockoff. Get rid of my Choice Spec, so I don't get to do as much damage with this hidden power as I would like to. He just goes for an Earthquake, and that really sucks for me. So now I am going to go ahead and go out into my Darmanitan, because he's fearing the Flare Blitz. I decided to go for U-turn, predicting him to go out into Chandelure here. And now I get to go into Hariyama, because Hariyama just takes care of this. I'm gonna go for a knockoff here. Now, key thing here is I realize that nothing on his team really appreciates knockoff. So I just go for it because it's the safest play. Even Lopunny, it's a frail mon, so it's not going to really appreciate any of that. So I go for a knockoff, and I see that he has Sandslash, and I see that he has a Life Orb. So that is humongous right there, because I know he's going to be more offensive. I decided to go out for a risk. He goes for Stealth Rock. I was planning to see if he was going to knock off, because I think he gets knock off. And I go for Hydro Pump here. I should have just Icy Winded. Icy Wind probably would have killed the Sandslash, and if I'm getting the calc right, I believe it's 50% damage on Tangrowth. Actually, no, it wouldn't be, because his head still has his Assault Vest at this time. So I bring out Hariyama because I know Hariyama can actually take this thing on. He's going to go for an Earthquake here because that's honestly the best thing he can do to it. Well, no, wait. No, I switch in on the Earthquake. I go for the Fake Out. He knocks off. I'm going to knock off as well. We're going to trade our Assault Vest users, basically. This is actually one of the biggest plays of the game, because now both of our special defensive walls have just significantly gotten weaker automatically. So he's going to go out into Sandslash here, as I just go for close combat, because anything on his team is going to get bodied by a close combat, and Tangrowth was in range for it. He's going to go out into his little Storm Gyarados, his little Staraptor, as I am not going to want to take a Brave Bird from this thing. It is Intimidate, very interestingly enough. I'm going to go out into my defensive Donphan. The U-turn does nothing to my little fanny pack, and he gets to see that I am Rocky Helmet. He's going to go out into Tauros here, and I'm just like, you know what, you're going to intimidate me, that's completely fine. I'm going to get up my rocks now, which is completely fine for me. So he's going to Zen Headbutt. He takes more damage than he gives out. And he's actually just going to go ahead and switch out now. Goes back into Staraptor, gets the Intimidate off, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm losing so much HP. I get the rapid spin, which is huge because he doesn't have his spinner anymore, which means my rocks are up on the field to stay unless his Staraptor here has defog, which I believe it is choice banded. So honestly, it's just I'm looking at it and I'm just like, yo, this Staraptor is injured. It's basically dead if it attacks me. And Stealth Rocks are going to play a huge part in this battle because it allows me to significantly get chip onto his Mon. He goes for Brave Bird. It almost kills him with the recoil alone. I get to just go for an Ice Shark here, guys. So I get to kill off his Staraptor. So Donphan able to pick up the kill. He's going to go out into his little Lulu here as I'm going to just switch out and go out into my Hariyama. I honestly could have just stayed in here and just gotten the chip off because I know he was going to fake out here. But I get to get a fake out of my own off. And that is going to be a big thing. I'm going to bullet punch here just to get some more. I don't really need Hariyama anymore at this point. I feel like I can just sack him comfortably and I can go into Latios and just side shock whatever comes in. As he is going to go out into his little noodles. And I'm going to get off a side shot. It's going to do 31%. I don't think side shock will kill, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out. I'm going into Donphan. Hoping that he would go for a physical attack here. So I honestly, he goes for fake out here. It's going to give me the chip, and I believe, do I ice shard here? I should have just ice sharded right there, just to get the chip off because that would have killed him more than likely. I think it would have. But I get to go in the Latios here, side shock, and bada bing, bada boom. That little punny is dead, but I'm locked into side shot now, and he brings out Tauros. Now this Tauros is actually terrifying. Fun fact: Tauros at max speed Jolly is the same speed as Latios. 350 speed. If he's Choice Scarf, this thing is a threat. And I was going through the team building and I thought of Tauros as a potential on this. Outrage is a terrifying thing that it does get. If he would, and Latios is very obvious for me to bring. Now Choice Scarf Latios isn't obvious, but the Choice Scarfing of the Latios and him Choice Scarfing his Tauros. Him Choice Scarfing Tauros means he gets priority outrage and he's going to be able to do a lot right there. So I am just going to switch out Raw. I'm going to go out into my Darmanitan here. And he goes for the outrage. I didn't think he would go for Earthquake. I didn't think he was going to go for Double Edge. Outrage does not kill in 2 hits. I get an Earthquake off. That's going to kill. I did think about U-turning there. U-turn wouldn't have been a bad play. But it wouldn't have killed, I don't believe. So it's completely fine. He's just going to Synthesis here. I just go for an Earthquake, and it's not going to do a lot, to be honest. I could have just gone out into Keldeo at this point. And I'm just going to go out into Latios to make him fear because he is in range of a Draco. And he goes out into this. He's going to take a Draco and die. Just straight up. Now, this is a huge point because now my special attack is lowered. He gets his Regenerator. He's at 86. I drop a Draco. I feel like he's going to knock off here. He knocks off, and it shows me that he does. It hurts, honestly. I have to go into Keldeo here. He synthesis up. If he knocked off again, it would have been a mistake. But I get the Icy Wind off because he has no Assault Vest. I get to drop down his speed. He goes for the Power Whip. He is now in range for one Draco to kill him. It all comes down to if I land the Draco and I land it, it's going to get bopped. It's out of here. And Latios gets to pick up the win for the Carolina Castforms. This was a really competitive match. I feel like team building wise, we both did really well. I feel like I could have done better team building. I still have to play this league format a little bit better. But I brought the Magnetone ended up being a completely useless thing, which is sad because I was looking at this matchup and I was like, he has 3 really good steel types. He's got to bring one. Like, he doesn't have an option. He's got to bring one. But he decided he does have an option. He went Sand Slash, which is really smart on his part, noticing that I do have Magnet Pull, so I could trap and kill one of his Mons. But yeah, it was a really good battle, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. So if you guys liked this video, be sure to smash that like button. Check out everybody else that is in the Pokemon Invitational Cup. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe today and become a part of YouTube's greatest travesty. Without further ado, you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you guys next time.